some of the people watching tonight will be familiar with GERS, GERS, and they'll be
Yes.
saying, "Oh, this is complete nonsense from Richard. We've read GERS, and it's quite categoric. It would be a foolishness of the greatest order to be independent." What do you think of GERS?
Well, I've written about GERS, and in fact, GERS is one of the reasons why I became involved in Scottish political debate. Because when I first read and looked at GERS, it struck me that at an academic, accounting and economic level, GERS is what was the first thing I ever called crap. Now, crap in this sense is not a term of abuse as such. It's an acronym. It stands for completely rubbish approximations. And GERS is a completely rubbish approximation to the truth about what happens in the Scottish economy. It is an accounting falsehood because it recognizes income on one basis, which is narrow, i.e. government income within Scotland, and it recognizes expenditure on a wider basis, i.e. expenditure for Scotland, not all of which by any means will be spent within Scotland. It doesn't credit Scotland with the tax paid on that expenditure for Scotland paid in England, nor does GERS take into account, because there is no way it can, because there is no data to do this, the flow of imports and exports in and out of Scotland, and in particular the financial flows out of Scotland, because I think that the financial flows out of Scotland, which result in non-payment of taxation in Scotland, and GERS, remember, is largely an account of taxation income and government expenditure. It is not a national account of GDP or anything like that. There is no way that GERS correctly captures, for example, the flow of interest and rents out of Scotland, as well as profits, to London, where the vast majority of those incomes, rents and profits will be recorded, because that's where most of the corporate headquarters of the UK are. Now, it is claimed by the statisticians that they make adjustment for this. I don't believe that's true. I think that there are enormous risks to relying on GERS. I don't believe that if you look at GERS and equivalent statements, they're not quite equivalent, but they're broadly similar, for Wales, and if we take the north of England, and we think that, oh, you know, the UK deficit is apparently 1/3 explained by the 8% of the population of the country in Scotland. No, that's not possible. It's just ludicrous to say that everybody in Scotland is so slothful, so bad, so subsidized, so horribly inefficient. It is just bad accounting. It is not realistic. Don't rely on it. And in fairness, the statistics say, do not presume that this will reflect the economics of an independent Scotland. Well, I suppose that's the only good thing that is said in GERS. Don't rely on this to be an indication of what will happen in independent Scotland, because it will be nothing like that. It's just total and utter nonsense. Start again.